What might come from Min Aung Hlaing's meeting with Xi Jinping in Moscow? On May 9th, Myanmar's junta leader Min Aung Hlaing met with Chinese President Xi Jinping during Russia's 80th Victory Day commemorations in Moscow, marking the defeat of Nazi Germany in World War II. The invitation came from Russian President Vladimir Putin, and Min Aung Hlaing, isolated diplomatically since the 2021 coup, did not miss the opportunity to attend an international event with multiple world leaders present. According to China's Xinhua news agency, Xi and Min Aung Hlaing met on the sidelines of the Moscow event. A win in foreign relations for the junta. While leader-to-leader meetings at such summits are often informal, this encounter likely felt like a diplomatic success for the junta. President Putin, though shunned globally for Russia's invasion of Ukraine, remains a powerful head of a resource-rich, militarily strong country. For Min Aung Hlaing, the opportunity to learn from Russia's defense capabilities, secure military equipment, and strengthen diplomatic ties is of high value, particularly as Myanmar's regime becomes increasingly reliant on a Russia-China axis. This Moscow trip marked Min Aung Hlaing's second visit to Russia in just 2 months. He also visited Bangkok twice during this period, and the earthquake in Sagaing, Mandalay and Naypyidaw gave him another diplomatic opening to interact with foreign governments.
China's strategic perspective. For China, Myanmar is not just a trade partner, it is a geostrategic neighbour, a crucial corridor for oil and gas pipelines, a buffer zone between China and rival powers, a region where Beijing seeks to prevent rival influence. These factors likely motivated China to arrange this meeting with Min Aung Hlaing. What did Xi Jinping say? According to Xinhua, President Xi expressed support for Myanmar's chosen path of development, its sovereignty, territorial integrity, and domestic political process, deepened strategic cooperation between China and Myanmar, continued support for China-Myanmar economic corridor projects. A closer look at Xi's message. Xi's mention of territorial integrity stands out. It appears to hint at junta losses in ethnic areas such as Rakhine, Chin, Kachin, Kaya and northern Shan, where the military has lost control of many towns and bases. This language suggests that China may support helping the junta restore control over lost territory as part of ensuring its own strategic projects remain secure. The pledge to strengthen construction of economic corridor projects likely refers to border trade routes from Lashio to Mandalay, the Kyaukphyu Deep Sea Port, the China-Myanmar Railway project. This indicates China could support military operations in these areas, either directly or through diplomatic cover, to secure its economic and geopolitical interests. China's beyond the junta, Xi reportedly told Min Aung Hlaing that China expects protection for Chinese investments, crackdowns on online scams and gambling operations, continued stability for cross-border infrastructure. These points underline China's pragmatic support for the junta, rooted not in ideology but in strategic and economic self-interest. China's hopes for an election-based reset. China has also reportedly expressed support for the junta's plan to hold elections by early 2026, seeing it as a potential way to quiet the civil war, normalize international perception, avoid complete regime collapse. Beijing does not appear concerned with who wins the election, but rather with whether it can reduce military conflict and stabilize the state for its own projects. What does this mean for Myanmar? Min Aung Hlaing is attempting to shore up legitimacy and resources through Russia and China, despite massive losses at home. The junta is betting that diplomatic survival and foreign backing will offset its weakening position on the ground, but whether this lifeline from Moscow and Beijing will be effective depends on what unfolds in the coming months.